so this one should start. I'm gonna wait for YouTube to start.
It just says waiting for future tailors.
Yeah, but at some point there's gonna be the only the image because the stream will start.
It's
Okay.
live with the video.
Wow, it's live, but wait. Okay, so turn the thing off. Hold on. Hello, everyone. Good evening. This is the first, possibly the very last episode of this. I don't know how to call it. The sad cast. Uh, this is your host, Ubi David. Some of you may know me. Some of you might be friends of my companion for the evening. Welcome, everyone. This is Future Tailors, and let me introduce my best half, David Groom. David?
Hello. This is really weird because I can't actually see the preview of both of us, so I assume that my video is on the screen, but I can't see it. Hi, I'm David, often known online as iShotJR, as evidenced by this little sign right here, and excited to talk about Clockwork Pi and a bunch of other random stuff.
Fantastic. So, this is going to be pretty nerdy. I mean, we've both done this several times, but it always feels awkward when you do it. What, what are you pointing at? What does it
Oh, it's
say?
just that the iShotJR thing just came up on random. It says a winner is you. That's literally the
Funny.
iShotJR on this little
Funny.
screen back here.
All right, we really hope that you are a bunch of geeks like us. So let's give a little bit of introduction to first of all the reason that we're here. David and I have met during the pandemic. I was co-hosting the Arduino Bar Arduino show on YouTube, and David started following the US version, but then suddenly it showed up in the Italian version, and it was a random presence. And then suddenly he sent an email to a bunch of us at Arduino, so at bar@arduino.cc, and I found his email super interesting, and I had no idea who this fella was. And then I started looking up his work, and I was literally blown away because there's a lot of common background. So at some point, as we chatted over email, we decided to just call each other on Zoom, and this became a regular thing. It's been for over 2 years, every 2 weeks for 2 hours. We talk about the latest things that happened to us in those 2 weeks, and most of the time it's about things that we buy, mostly spending lots of money on electronics, gadgets, stuff that some of us never use. David mostly does. And yeah, I'm basically some sort of David wannabe. I would like to have the chance to use the stuff that I buy, but there is a good thing about this. So when Clockwork Pi, we should put links, but I guess like we'll put the links in the description at some point in 5 years or something. Uh, we are like we love gadgets and things that remind us of the good old days, the 90s mostly. And when Clockwork Pi released the dev term, we started talking about it, and I'm gonna buy one, and David went, I ordered one. So, and he showed me the game shell, and you have the game shell with you, right? Yeah.
I do have the game shell. This was the first. This is how I found out about Clockwork Pi. This was a Kickstarter thing, and I just thought it looked so. There's so many things like this, but this one was special because you build it yourself. It's like a modular thing that you put together. It's got a Lego compatible back. It's got Lego compatible shoulder buttons, and I just thought it was so cool that it stuck out for me, and I wanted to back it on Kickstarter. And they shipped it. The campaign was great, and I'm really pleased with this. I've got a lot of use out of it, unlike all the other devices that we mentioned. So this was my first Clockwork Pi, and I just noticed how thin my picture is in here. So I'm gonna give you that again in the middle. But there's the game
Yeah.
shell.
Eventually, if we do this again, don't count on it. We might adjust these things and make it pretty, give it a background. So anyway, we were talking about the dev term, and I bought the dev term, and to show you what I meant, I still have it in a box. It's been in a box for I don't know how long, and my friend Gianni Bernardo, he hates the fact that I buy stuff and I keep it in boxes. But because I have this stuff in boxes, David and I were talking a few months ago. Oh, that's so pretty. Yeah, so eventually I will put it together. David and I were talking. I said, okay, there's the new device coming out. We decided to make an assembly streaming of the dev term, and he said mine is already working, so I can give you tips to put it together. And we streamed the act of putting it together. But then we said, okay, it's gonna take a while. Let's do something that is easier. And suddenly, suddenly the UConsole, actually I tried to call it micro console, came out, and of course I bought one, and David didn't buy one, so it was a bit jealous in the beginning. But yeah, that's how it happens. So it goes. You want to tell us how you got one?
Yeah, I did. I never bought one actually. But something that changed, I believe, since when we first started talking, I don't think I worked at Make yet. I think by definition, kind of what we were talking about is I was asking you like questions about the industry and like how I might get more into things. And since then, I started working at Make Magazine, which is pretty much the definition of getting into the industry. So now people send me stuff for review. And so I emailed Clockwork when I heard about this thing and said, can you send me one? And they were kind enough to do that. And I don't know if they're watching, but I sent Alex a link and he said he'd try to stay awake from it. I think it's 3 o'clock in the morning there, but hopefully he was able to stay awake for the beginning of this. Otherwise, we'll catch on the replay. But so Alex from Clockwork sent me this, and I had a blast putting it together. And I've taken it with me all over the world. As I mentioned, now that I work for Make, I get to go to Maker fairs in Italy, where I got to meet up with Ubi in person, and in Shenzhen, where I got to meet up with the creators of this in person. And the entire time I was on all those many hours of flights, dozens of hours of flights. I was playing with this thing the whole time because this is my favorite device of 2023, and probably 2024.
Yeah, so he didn't pay for it. I'm not jealous about it. I actually, everything that I buy, I do it because I want to support the makers of whatever hardware I buy. So this goes for music tools that I never use, computer tools that I never use, motorcycles that I never use, and so on. It's not true. I do use this kind of stuff. So anyway, I bought this, I got it, and I kept it boxed. And I said, David, I don't have time to put it together, but I really want to put it together. So this was about 6 months ago, I guess. And David was, okay, let's do an unboxing and assembly live in stream. So you can understand the fact that it took us about 6 months to do this. This thing has been in the box ever since. This can tell you what chances there are that we do this on the regular. Slim to none, let's put it this way. Okay, is my audio better now? I raised the microphone input, so I hope I get an answer in the chat. How many people do we have watching so far?
It says 5 watching now.
Okay, good. 5 is good enough. Okay, so back to us. Why do we do this? We're like, we're just two technologists. We have a pretty similar path of life. Computers, mostly DJing, beat making, that kind of stuff. So, David is, who am I? So like the people who will be watching this might not know who I am. I've been working in technology for about 25 years, teaching coding and tools for technology in general, web design and video editing, sound editing, and so on. And during this path of life, I ended up 5 years ago working at Arduino. So I work with this beautiful team in Italy. I'm not in Italy, I'm Amsterdam based. And Arduino gave me the possibility to explore these other things, and I'm very happy about it because I love electronics and I teach physical computing. So this kind of all came together 5 years ago, and this is what I do every day. So we talked about this. We said, why we wanted to do this. Now, to the name of this channel, I'm going to give you a little bit of explanation. So, Future Tailors is a name that I came up for my design consulting studio a few years ago. And I love the word tailor because it means that whatever solution I find for a client is tailored to their needs. And I love crafting, I love making, and I love precision. So I came up with this thing, and suddenly I was like, what do I do with this Future Tailor thing? And my idea was to stream videos that had guests every episode, like without a timeline or something. But in my career, I have met a lot of interesting folks. I met people who worked with George Lucas on Star Wars, for instance. I met people that invented things. And I love the fact that their craft became a tool for makers like us to achieve something. So my idea is that Future Tailors is a channel that interviews these kind of people that have made, we can say they have made the history of technology in a way. The ones that I know already, there's many of them, and I hope that with this, maybe I can meet other people that want to be interviewed. So this is Future Tailors, and is this gonna happen often? Very likely not, but we're here today, so let's talk about why we decided to look at these devices, right? David just said that he's been traveling with this micro console for all the maker fairs, and if you think about it, we need to travel with our tools. When we travel for work, nowadays we're pretty lucky because we carry a laptop and it's super light. Maybe we have a laptop and an iPad, and your phone is a computer in its so on. You have like I travel with a bunch of Arduino boards all the time, but you know, like sometimes you just gotta carry not the Game Boys, not the Game Boys. But sometimes you just gotta carry lots of things with you. So I started looking for portable Linux devices, and the Raspberry Pi is an excellent thing. And I put together my own contraptions, you know, but with something like this, you still need a keyboard. So I was still traveling with this and a keyboard and the power supply. Maybe there was a battery, lithium. You can't travel on the plane with those, you know, you can't, you know, put them in cargo. So always fascinating with this thing. The iPad never became something that is useful if you're a developer, right? So when this thing came out, when the dev term came out mostly, so when the dev term came out, this was an incredible portable thing, but it's still quite thick and it still has a lot of overhead. So we want portable stuff. We always wanted portable stuff like this. You haven't seen this, David, but I just acquired this Cyan Organizer 2, which, I mean, I like it works. So program, I'm gonna run the program that I wrote today, and it's called January 8, and I can run it. It's just a print. Bye. Anyway, it was super fun. So we always love these gadgets. Actually, David and I are very much kindred spirits when it came to that, because we both used all those Palm devices, you know, the iPack with Windows Pocket PC stuff. So like having this kind of devices with us is quite important, mostly because it's very geeky. But yeah, I just destroyed the content of the box. I'm gonna zoom out and everything. Oh, this is the game shell. No, I don't want to use the game shell. Let's put the game
Ubi,
shell aside.
if you want to switch back to the 2-up view, I brought a bunch of things for show and tell for the history of these devices. If you want to switch to that real quick.
You take the stage.
Okay. So when you were talking about how lucky we are today, I was kind of thinking back to. I mean, I've always been obsessed with tiny little handhelds and stuff like that. Typically, they have not been very practical, but there are some that have. I just always want to try all of them out. But I have my entire life been into handhelds basically since they existed. And I've been playing with this one a lot lately, which is the HP 200LX. So this is a computer that I had when I was like in middle school and early high school. And that was a time when not everybody had laptops, let alone pocket devices. Nobody had pocket devices. I just saw in the chat that Alex from Clockwork Pi is here. So thanks for staying up, Alex. That's great. And so yeah, I'm just giving a tour of some of the predecessors from me from the Clockwork Pi, UConsole, and other devices. You mentioned Windows CE devices. This was one of the first ones I had, the original Philips Nino black and white Windows CE device. I actually interviewed with the Windows CE team when I was an intern at Microsoft. I ended up going with a different team, but I got to talk to the people that made that, which is pretty cool. And then I should have got the pocket chip. I didn't think about that. But here's another more recent one, which is pretty promising. So this is Arturo's little contraption, the keyboard Featherwing. It's got a BlackBerry keyboard, which is widely regarded as the best keyboard of all time in this size. You can stick whatever feather form factor device on the back. I just got sort of a lipo rubber banded on there, and this is a particle argon, but I reflashed it with different firmware, so it's actually running Circuit Python. So this is like a little Circuit Python development machine that I've been playing with, and just three more things I want to show off in this context. So yeah, I've always been obsessed with tiny laptops. This is one of my favorites, one that actually did really work and do useful stuff. It's the Fujitsu Lifebook U810, and this was from back when everything had to be tablets. So you can see it twizzles around and becomes a tablet. It's got a little pen in a little garage here. My favorite thing about this one though, it's got these little lights right here that come on and project across the keyboard, because nobody had figured out how to do backlit keyboards yet. And I remember like sitting on a plane with this little thing on my lap and projecting the light over the keyboard so I could see what was going on. Two more that I wanted to show in this segment are the another modern one, which I really like a lot, the GPD Pocket 3. So this is one of the first devices that is actually a viable thing that really can be used for useful things. I would always get whatever crazy little laptop, and typically they would be underpowered and typable and not capable of much. But this GPD Pocket 3 is it's i7. It's got a terabyte of hard drive. It's got 16 gig of RAM. So I actually it's as powerful as the laptop that I'm using right now, which is a Lenovo ThinkPad Nano. And then this is my favorite device of all time, the crown jewel of my collection, and also one of the older devices, not quite as old as the HP, but only a year or two newer. And this is the IBM PC-110 from Japan, which is a 486/25 in a very portable form factor. This is again another one that can pretty much do everything for real. I got a docking station for it, and it's got a modem, and this is actually a telephone. You can switch from speaker to microphone mode, but it only works on Japanese landline network, so I've never tried one. And this is my favorite device, and it still works today because.
Can you show us how you use it as a phone?
You mean you want me to go like this and say
Yes.
hello, konnichiwa, moshi moshi? Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, so it was more intended for like IT administrator type people to use in the field, but it uses standard camcorder batteries, which obviously even those are becoming a little harder to find now, but you can get them really cheap on eBay or Amazon, and so I'm still able to use that today, which is one of the things that makes it really nice, is that forward thinkingness allows it to continue to be useful and used today. And yeah, so that's my little history of handheld devices. We did have some little things, but they a lot of them weren't really powerful enough to be usable. I just noticed one I got on my desk that I didn't even bring for this. I just have this anyway, which is a really little one. This is the Zircon Rex 6000. It's a little credit card size thing that fits in your PCMCI slot if you have a thing like the PC-110 or even the HP 200LX, and for on-the-go usage as opposed to those giant devices I just showed you.
That's amazing. I picked up this thing a while back. This actually works. The color schemes. This is very much feels like inspiration for the dev term. This kind of devices from the 80s. This one works, but I'm redoing the battery pack, so it can't go on, and I don't have a power supply. But it's incredible. It's got this cassette module, and it's got the screen. You can flip it back in, and you can close it. This is the Epson PX20, I guess. I have 3 of those. No, PX8. The PX20 is more modular. You can exchange the cassette module. What's beautiful about this is that it has a carrying handle that used to be able to pop out from the sides, but now it isn't anymore. So yeah, so you could carry it with you, It's a fantastic machine, and it has basic ROM running on it. I wrote a little basic program a while back when I got it to test if it works. So this thing is incredible. I absolutely love it. It's the color scheme is incredible. So it's very retro. Let's put it this way. And it's got little, little foldable, feet to make it stand up, and so on. So, I mean, the history of these devices is incredible, and they're all fascinating in their own way. Yet
I've got one more. I think this was when you mentioned inspiration for the dev term, that reminded me that I have this, which is I think very.
This is
much,
it.
Yeah.
This is really it. Yeah, exactly. But all the computers from that era, I picked up one of these the other day. Just it's an Olivetti Quaderno. It's got a very typical sign. I found out that you can basically just press the stuff back in if you play with it nicely, but it probably needs to be recapped. It doesn't start. It has a calculator directly accessible here. The keyboard is very nice, super tiny, and it's Olivetti. I have a thing for Olivetti. I can't deny it. I'm Italian, Italian technologist. I mean, this is Olivetti is the stuff that dreams were made of. So. Anyway, how long have we been blabbering? We've been 26 minutes in. I don't know how many people. We had 9 people watching. This is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, Alex says definitely that's it. I mean, yeah. So, all right. Well, let's do like a real unboxing of this. I have switched to the overhead camera. I think it will be interesting eventually to make a video on the setup that we are using, because I'm streaming from Amsterdam where I have my all OBS thing set up, but David is in Ann Arbor, Michigan, so he joins me live. All right, so I got this thing. I didn't even open it. I mean, I peeped inside the box, but I didn't take anything out. So this is exactly how you get it.
And just to set the stage, Ubi, which one did you get? You got the AO6?
I got the AO6, which is
very cool. We should
it's the
explain
most
that real
powerful.
quick.
Yeah, it's the most powerful one. So there are options. I have this, so you should be able to see the page and the overhead camera. There are options when you buy this thing. You can choose the module, so the computing module that is used inside, and you have several options. Let's go to the pre-order. So this thing is once again out of stock, and so let's pick this one. This is the Kit A6, which I ordered as soon as it was announced. Basically, I mean, I think it took me like a few minutes to decide that I wanted to. And well, it's completely out of stock, so you can't select the thing, but it has an A6 core module, so it's an ARM 64-bit dual Cortex A72. It's a quad core Cortex A53. There's a Mali T864 coprocessor. I think it's a coprocessor. It's the one for
graphics.
It's a graphic one, yeah.
And so one of the interesting things though is because all the Clockwork Pi stuff is modular. So the AO6 is actually what I have in my dev term, but my Alex just says what you have is one of the last batch of AO6s. So my dev term is AO6 also, because I actually didn't order. I actually picked it up from a friend. And that's what they happen to order, because they just happen to order the most powerful one. But my UConsole is actually the CM4 based, so it's a Raspberry Pi essentially inside there. But what's cool is you can switch those modules between all these devices. So I could put my AO6 from my dev term into my UConsole, and vice versa. I could switch the Raspberry Pi 4 or 3, or I even have this RISC-V board that I could put in there if I was a masochist. Which I just think that's so cool. You can just it comes on this little it's a little tiny PCB which is completely modular and has a little adapter, and then you put whichever adapter into whichever device it is, and that goes through all the different devices. So yeah, that's one of the things I really love about these guys is the modularity. And when a Raspberry Pi CM5 comes out, maybe we'll be able to stick one of those in here too.
If they retain compatibility, which I doubt. But oh my god.
But it doesn't matter because they can just the footprint of the CM4 and the footprint of the ARM of the RISC core is completely different. They just have to make whatever it goes in here, and then they do whatever PCB to be the motherboard for that card, and then so they could still do a CM5 as long as it's not physically too big.
What?
Which is probably, I'm wondering if that's probably why they said that's the last AO6 is, probably because the CM5 is just kind of a no-brainer for the evolution from here. Alex says, "Don't worry, we'll figure it out." So to me, that's confirmation that we'll get a CM5.
It wouldn't be the first time that an adapter needs to be made because Raspberry Pi changed the standard of the connector. But of course, like as things progress and data buses multiply the lines and things become more harder to harder tied, these kind of things are kind of like necessary.
But they already did it from 3 to 4, so I'm sure they'll do it from 4 to 5. And Alex says we'll find a way. We got Paul on here.
Oh wow, we got Paul Stuff Reagan logging in. This is incredible. Like
we need to get a Teensy on these.
Yeah. Well, I have Teensies all over the place, actually.
I have Teensies all over the place. I'm saying that Teensy powered Clockwork.
I'll tell you one thing. So this is just like a quick plug. A few months ago, when it was impossible to find Teensy 4.1, I was into doing this mini Dex, so the DX7 emulator based on Teensy. And on a local shop, I found 5 Teensy 4.1, one of those obscure online shops in the Netherlands and nobody knows. And I ordered the 5 of them. So I have 5 Teensy 4.1. It was that FOMO thing. I want to make this synthesizer. And there's no Teensies. Oh my god. Anyway, that said, let's go. So this is what's in this device, right? So the one that I got has their custom AO6 core module, and you just assemble. The 2 batteries. I ordered the batteries, but I don't have them yet. And let's just assemble this thing. I mean, we have it, so let's follow the instructions.
Maybe Alex can answer the question that we had, which is, will it work without batteries? If we just plug it in without the 18650s, is it going to power on for us, or are we just going to build it and then not be able to?
We're gonna figure it out as we go, but Alex can probably tell us. So will it work without the batteries? We'll see. Okay. Mirko is here. Ciao Mirko, filo connesso. So let's switch back to the overhead camera and let's assemble this thing, because what time is it? So we've been half an hour in. It's been mostly blabbering, and this is how we do it, right? So you can imagine. Look, our segment of 2 hours every 2 weeks could turn into something interesting. Maybe we should just open it to the rest of the world, and maybe people will hate us.
I was going to say, you're saying about how hard it would be to do another one or whatever, but like all we have to do is turn the camera on and just do the same thing that we do anyway.
Yeah, will everybody be interested in 2 nerds talking about this kind of stuff?
Let us know in the comments.
Yeah, let us know in the comments, but nerds for sure, right? Okay, so we have this thing. I'm battling OBS as usual. This is every time I use it. Like this. So unfortunately, I'm gonna have to remove everything that is reflecting. So let's set things aside. It's a really pretty display, super thin. The package is pretty good, I gotta be honest. It's nothing came loose, but what I noticed, so let me remove the last let's do it one by one. Okay, so screen, pretty. Rubber keys, extremely good quality. I love the quality of the products that Clockwork Pi builds. They're just incredible. It's so well done. It's like there's a lot of research in there. There's this. So when I saw this, like David and I discussed this, the dome buttons, they're probably not the nicest buttons to use, but I guess once, I tried them with just, like faux typing on this. It's very clicky. I bet, there might be some evolutions in the future. I love SMD buttons. I buy them even if I don't need them. Anyway, so the rubber keys, the keyboard itself, beautiful. I love these contacts. So like pogo pins contacts. We put it aside. Pretty aluminium. I don't know if this is cast or... I mean, it's cast for sure because of this. I doubt that it's CNC'd because CNCing this will become too expensive, I guess. So Alex can tell us if they cast it. Maybe the information are already... Yeah.
Alex said sometimes you'll need the batteries to create a more stable current for the first boot up, but not every case. So that might work. And also, I don't want to give any spoilers, but Alex might have some information for us on the keyboard too if he chooses to share that.
Awesome. Well, we'll see. I mean, I'm sure. So Alex says, CNC. It's CNC. Wow, this is expensive. Yeah. Okay. But look, I mean, if you love supporting the projects that you like, some of us are lucky enough to have some money to spare every month for this kind of projects. And I do it with every kind of hardware that I like. So if you see me using some hardware, I don't get it for free. I buy it. I cherish the craft and the research and the design that go into these things. One thing that I noticed, I'm gonna show, that this is a bit smudged, and I don't know if it's during the I don't know, like the packaging or something, but it's there's a little bit of smudged thing, and the text looks a little, like scratched off. I don't know. Still incredible, pretty. I like pretty shiny things. All right.
Mine was flawless, but I also have the black one rather than the silver.
You have the black one. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Alex says it must have happened in shipping, which is also my guess. It must have been just vibrating around in that plastic.
Yeah, but it makes sense. This is a thermal pad. It goes on top of the CPU to transfer between the... Because there is something really pretty. I saw it in the product page, but I didn't want to open it up. So the way that they cool it down is super pretty. Mm-hmm. What do you think? It looks beautiful, doesn't it? Okay, so this is the backing. And the backing is a whole aluminium piece. I haven't opened it yet, so I don't know if it's, if there's some, I don't know, smudging or something. But wow. So, Alex, is this also CNC'd? This is insane. The design of this thing is extremely gorgeous. But it's just, like beautiful material. You touch it. I have this tactile obsession with the things that I like, and I need to be able to touch them, right? So I can't wait to travel with this. So I'm traveling next week. CNC, Alex, you folks are the good kind of crazy, like as a product designer myself. I mean, product designer. I want to be a product designer. I can only praise this kind of work. So,
and just to remind you, the UConsole starts out at $139. This is not like, it feels expensive, but it is not expensive for what you get.
No, for sure, 100%. The thing is that with us living in Europe, we have those custom import taxes, I spent a lot of money on import.
I think Alex just says the unofficial Clockwork slogan must be crazy or nothing.
Or nothing. Yeah, 100%. So all right, so this is what the whole thing feels, and this is all aluminium, and it's all in favor of thermal relief for whatever is running into this thing. Okay, and extremely pretty. Like the back stand. Can't wait to use it. So more reflective things are going. Okay, let me just remove the last bit of reflecting thing, but I want to show you. Because the beauty of their kits, even with the dev term, is that it looks like those assembly kit for models that you used to have in the 90s. They still exist, but David and I don't buy that kind of stuff anymore. But like you used to just snap it off. You snapped it off from the old plastic frame and you assemble your model. So what is this? A joypad? Oh no, this is the roll. Okay. Oh, I didn't know this. It comes with spectacular Allen key with orange accents. Okay, I'm not gonna pull it out. Fine. Very good. Like everything is perfect. Okay, so without breaking anything.
Question.
Yeah.
Did you get the 4G kit or no?
No, I didn't. I have no use for that. I am lucky enough to have a Europe bound flat cellular thing that allows me to go anywhere and just pay the same thing. Okay, this is something that I didn't read in the notes. There's already a 32 gigabit micro SD card with the operating system on it. So today I went on and I flashed the latest image on an SD card so that I would have it. And okay, what's this is just padding. These are like sides. Let me put this stuff out. Oh my god, this got stuck.
So I was mentioning
speakers.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the speakers are amazing. I just want to mention the 4G kit again, because what it is there's even in this tiny form factor, there's still the modular option of putting something beyond the motherboard. You can put a little other board in there that provides other functionality like 4G or whatever custom PCB you come up with yourself.
Yeah, I've seen that actually. Okay, so this is so pretty.
So I do have the 4G unit, but I haven't been able to get it to work yet in the US. It's all command line based right now, and or maybe it was working and I just didn't get any messages. I'm not sure, but it's pretty early alpha on the 4G kit right now, I think. So those things that you just pulled out are the blanks for that modular system. Either you have audio jack or nothing, or I can't remember which mine has. Okay, yeah, mine still has the audio jack, even though it's the 4G version.
Okay, so let me. I want to pull out this Allen key from here without breaking my nails or something. So, okay, well, let's look at instructions. We have some things to look at. I found the assembly manual today, and there was assembly guidelines there. It's a PDF. I did not
It also comes
download
with one in the box, doesn't it? It comes with the paper version.
Yeah, but I don't want to have to film the camera thing. That's, I mean, look.
I know. I was just saying for people who buy it, you don't have to.
Yeah. No, let's show it because it makes sense to show it. So everything, like literally everything is pretty. So there is, I mean, the attention to detail is, maniacal, and that's what we love from products. Yeah,
Crazy or nothing.
Like that's what we look. It's very difficult to find this level of attention in a product. We should all strive for this kind of stuff. All right, so I'm gonna zoom it out. We're gonna assemble it. We're gonna follow the instructions on the guide, and I'm gonna put everything here, little pieces. You can't see everything, so let's just move the boxes away so that I can scroll through this. All right. Hey, more pages, please. Okay, so first thing first, mount the screen. So I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna mount the screen. I will not remove the protection layer yet. Okay, I'm gonna leave it here. And this is very delicate, you know, you have to pay attention when you do this kind of stuff. This is not the place. This is the place. So what we want to do, we want to install it here. So this is the way to install it. Look at the pretty pictures. Everything is perfectly aligned. We're going to put it here, slightly, you know, sit it in, and fine, works. Second step, the keyboard. All right, the keyboard module is here. Because everything is keyed with holes and everything, you don't have to struggle. And you know, this plastic stencil that is kind of like separating the thing, I don't want to break it, falls neatly on it. Honestly, I love the matte black. The matte black is a really classy move on this PCB design. Okay, so we have it. There is something that I feel here and I can't figure out what it is. So, oh yeah, it's what is it? It's a diode. Is it an LED?
Where are you talking about the pointing device?
No, here. So here, like when I lay the stencil on, there is something here, and it looks like it says D1, so it's probably an LED. I think it's an LED. It has a resistor and D1, so it's probably an LED. And it lights something up. Maybe, so my guess is...
Oh, it's for the backlit keyboard. It's the backlit keyboard.
Yeah, it lights the whole stencil, and it diffuses the light through the stencil.
Yeah,
we'll see.
That's what it is. Yeah.
We'll get there. Okay, so now the stencil is here, the rubber layer. Let's attach the rubber layer. Okay, this thing I haven't figured out yet. So what's this? I couldn't figure it out because it doesn't really fit nicely. So am I supposed to remove this? It doesn't say anything, but there is this.
Oh, okay. Sorry, my video is a little bit behind. So that is that's the button that goes on the top. So yeah, you remove that. That is on the very top of the device. You'll see there's a power button, and that's just because it's made out of the same material. It's part of the
Okay,
says,
so
cut it off.
Cut it off. Oh wow. Well, precision tools.
So that is a power button for the top, but I think it comes with another one as well.
Fantastic. So I'm just gonna cut it off.
Because my power button is clear, not black. So I think it...
There's also a clear one here.
Okay. Because you can see the LEDs through the power button. So that one's just like a spare power button.
Okay, so I'm gonna clean this. I guess if I can cut it, I'm supposed to, you know, clean it. Fine. Let's put the button here. Let's assemble. Sorry?
I just yanked mine off. I didn't do this precision stuff.
No, you know how I am. It's
you know.
Yeah, it's like Monk used to say, it's a gift and a curse. Okay, so I gotta say that because the stencil lifts it up, they don't key perfectly. There's like there's a bit of, but it feels amazing. I gotta say, I can already, you know, just click the buttons.
Yeah, once it's screwed together, you'll see it's
Yeah. Okay, so now I need to install that pretty thing, but I can't see a direction. So, does it matter the direction? No, because this is, I think this is some sort of optical sensor.
Yeah,
Like
that's the trackball. Trackball.
yeah. So,
And so all the stuff just gets sandwiched on by the front plate, right? So you just have to put it in the right place and then sandwich it on with the front plate.
okay, but I see two holes here, so I do not understand if there's,
Oh, the alignment.
yeah, the alignment. So it's
Alex says it doesn't matter what the orientation is. It can go in.
fantastic. No, I'm because maybe I was wondering if this, like had to go in a set. Wow, it sits so nicely. Seriously, if you don't do it yourself, you cannot know how good it feels. All right, fantastic. Let's keep going. The moment has come to attach some of these really good looking. Oh my god, like everything is beautiful in this product. I cannot believe it. I mean, I can believe it because I have it in my hands, but still. No. Okay, so they're all the same, so it doesn't matter. I'm just gonna put them in, and I will not use the pretty thing I will use one of my tools. It's gonna be much quicker to just do that if I have the right size, of course, because never know. Wow, I picked it at first try. Wow. I must be doing this a lot, David.
Do you have to remove the I hate to say this, but do you have to remove the film that's covering the screen before you put the faceplate on?
Yeah, but I'm not gonna put it on yet. Oh, okay. But I haven't put the faceplate. Wait. Yeah. So there is no way of removing it after?
I think after it'll be sort of sandwiched in there too well. Is my recollection.
Okay. So just a note for Alex. Yeah, the front shell. Just a note for Alex. You should maybe make it visually clear that the protection needs to be taken off, which I don't like because I have devices that are I have been using this thing for 2 years. It still has the thing on. So
I always leave. There's a whole hashtag of keep the film on that me and my friend David keep going because we feel so strongly about leaving the film on the display. But you can lift it off and then you can put the plate on and then you can put it back on just to protect it.
So
yeah,
I think I can leave it on.
Okay.
I'm only gonna remove the tab.
Yeah, well, it's you that has to. Yeah, I think if you leave the corner poked out, you might be able to kind of yank it through.
Yeah, but
I ran into the same conundrum because I like to leave the film on everything. I'm sure if you look at most things in my office, they still have the film on if it's possible.
Yeah, this is not gonna.
So now you're gonna scratch it with your tweezers.
No, I'm not gonna.
I'm just joking.
The problem is that the protection film is lifting off, so I might have to.
Oh god.
Wait! I have it.
Oh,
trust me, I have it.
I don't trust you.
I have it. Don't worry. I know what I'm doing.
Well, while you're wondering around about that, and while you're wondering around, I just wanted to mention something that I was thinking about earlier, which is in terms of the screen specs. You might look at the numbers and see it's 720p and think that that's not very high spec, but it's a 5-inch screen, and it actually is perfect for this size of device. I'm using Visual Studio, or I'm actually not using Visual Studio Code. I'm using VS Codium on there, and it's great at 720p. You don't need any higher resolution than that.
Okay, I cleaned it with IPA. Okay, I'm gonna have to remove it. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to remove it. I don't like this, but yeah. Now I removed the top though, so this is gonna be why
Alex says you're an artist.
I'm not an artist. I'm just you know this thing is not something that it's good to live with. You know, fine. There's gonna be a fingerprint in a minute. I will probably save this until 2027 because that's what
I
I
tell
do.
you what,
Yeah.
you know what the worst one is you had those Game Boys on your bench earlier, and when
Yeah.
you're modding Game Boys, there's several layers in the display there, and that's one where you really don't want a fingerprint or even like a piece of dust or anything between like the LCD and the polarizing film and the
I
actual
know.
front glass, because that'll bug you forever if you leave that in there.
I know that kind of stuff. It's really something. All right, so let's put these Allen screws in. Alex is interacting with us a lot. I
I know,
hope
it's
you're
great. I'm
enjoying
so
it.
glad. I'm really glad that he stayed up for us is the thing that I'm amazed about, because it's got to be getting
It's
up to
super
4 o'clock
late.
in the morning there. It's 4 o'clock in the morning there. So,
Damn, that's late. But you know,
but that's
like
okay. I don't know if any of our usual friends are on this live stream. I think they are, but you know, we used to live stream till 4 o'clock in the morning European time all the time.
I was there twice. Once I was Larry. Okay, so I need a torque wrench for this. Can you give me
Don't
the
you need the
specs?
nice? There's a very nice included tool. You don't need anything except for that. Stop
No, I
being a
know,
nerd.
I know. Actually, I have a past in engine tweaking, so
Mm-hmm.
my obsession lies in perfectly torquing the screws. You know, like you can see
Yeah.
that the pattern in which I'm
Yeah, you
screwing
gotta
them
do that.
in.
Yeah.
There's a reason for that. Okay, so
Alex is doing okay. He says it feels like 10 o'clock, so he's fine.
oh wow,
Unless he means 10 o'clock in the morning, like he just
we
said a moment.
we live on the same planet. Okay, so we're here. Oh yeah, okay, now I see it.
Mm-hmm.
Remove the protective film. I just didn't pay attention. Okay,
Uh-huh.
cool.
It's
Okay,
because you're
so
an
now
artist, not an engineer.
mount the front shell. Fine. Mount the front shell. Do I have to?
All the buttons feeling good, trackball feeling good, everything feeling good and nicely seated.
Yeah, no, the stuff is beautiful. Like everything,
Awesome.
you know, moves beautifully, clicks nice. So I've already
Giant
done
remove
that check.
the
So the time has come to flip it, and
Mm-hmm.
okay, so we flip it. What do we do now? We install the button. I guess it's the black one that we removed.
There's a clear one. I would recommend use the clear one because then you can see the LEDs through it.
But there's so it's only one button, and it's the same button. It's the same size. Okay, I'm gonna follow your suggestion and use the clear one, and I will regret this in the future.
You won't, because you'll be able to see the status of the machine by its LEDs.
Oh, because there's an LED. There's an LED.
Yeah.
Clever. Okay, so having David in this video is fundamental. Okay, we got to almost 1 hour. I don't want to keep the people. Filogonesto says 10 users, 7 likes. Why? I don't fall for the like game anymore. I don't really want to be liked. You know, if you like me, you like me. Fine. Otherwise, whatever. Okay, so mount the main board, and let's grab the main board. Let's find the connector side. Connectors go to the right of the device when it's facing you, so they go to the left now.
And again, this is the A06 board, which is the most powerful board you can get right now. But there are other boards available because it's completely modular, so you can put a RISC-V based thing in there or Raspberry Pi based thing in there, and you can switch it up, and the operating system support exists for each of those.
Yeah.
Which is another thing we should mention, by the way. You said you wanted a Linux device, but even in terms of individual flavors of Linux, you can run all kinds of stuff on this thing.
Yeah. No, because the CPU is extremely powerful. There's like ports of pretty much everything for it. Okay, so there's a protection clip here. These clips are basically placed on high density connectors or delicate connectors to keep them together. This will have to come off. So I'm gonna remove it now. Feels beautiful with the springing of the pogo pins. So we're here. The board, I don't know why it's double, like there's twice the same image. I don't get it. Oh, I see twice the page 7. This is weird. So every page I see it twice. I don't understand why.
It's probably a glitch in the GitHub viewer. I doubt it's there in the real
Oh,
thing.
could be. Yeah, this was confusing in the beginning because I kept seeing the same image. Okay, so do we first screw or do we first snap? We first screw. So when you attach FPC connectors, cables in general, you want the whole thing to be solid, static. You don't want to mess with this. And you want it to be aligned. And this thing is designed to be aligned. So we're going to test the alignment skills of Clockwork Pi. And they're pretty good. Spot on. I mean, fraction of a millimeter to the left, but still. Yeah, Alex is gonna hate me, but this thing, no, I'm gonna keep praising this until Alex and I become friends, and then he shows me stuff. Okay, so this thing is beautiful. I have tied this one down. I'm gonna do these 2 corners first because it's basically hinging on that side, but I don't want to screw them too tight because I don't want it to push upwards on the other side. So I'm gonna put these 2, then I'm gonna put one here. This corner is the one where the pogos are, I think. Can't remember where the pogos are, but yeah. Okay, sorry for my hands, but I guess you know how to tie a screw, I guess. So okay, this one. So now opposite corners. Try not to screw them too tight. You don't really want to create mechanical stress. Right. Okay. So he's already in love with me. Thank you, Alex. That's amazing. But yeah, so like I'm enjoying the process of putting this together. Okay, so these FPC connectors, there's different kinds. There are ones that basically slide into the connector like this. So the connector slides out, and as it pushes through the connector, you fix the... This one should, like, come on. I'm gonna try and force. Okay, so some of them you push the lock in and it squeezes the cable. Some other have a flip. So this one is a flip connector. So you put the connector in and you flip it up, open. Here it is. You see, it's hinging. Then you put in the flex connector, the flex cable. You gotta be very delicate with this kind of stuff. You see, it's a bit out of alignment, just a little. Okay. Let's use the tools that we have. I know that this thing can be put together without tools, but I have tools, so I'm just gonna do the best I can. Okay, so this, you need to be very delicate. You don't want to break it. They're not super easy to break. I mean, they're made in, what is it called? Captain? Something like it. So I'm going to try and clip this closed. Okay. The white line, or depending on the color of the connector. So there is a line. That is usually a line. In this case there isn't, but you should basically be able to see the connector's line be parallel to the lock hinge. Looks pretty parallel to me. So, I mean, the display should work. We'll see. What's next? Wow, the compute module. And this is the custom design compute module by Clockwork Pi, the most powerful one. A06. I'm super excited that I got this one because, you know, I really wanted something super...
Limited edition, apparently.
Yeah, but the most important thing for me is if I want to buy a product and they have an option where the most components are designed and made by them, that's what I go from. It's a bigger chance of supporting the designer, right? So like whatever you make, if you make screwdrivers and you make a kit of screwdrivers, I would probably buy the screwdrivers. Like, you know, I don't know. Do you make t-shirts, beanies? That's a good idea. All right, so I haven't clicked one of these in ages, but so you push it in, not too hard. It's perfectly aligned, and then it will click down, and that's it. So the side locks, they will just, you know, click in. Let me make sure that it's perfectly... I've already put my fingers on the display. I felt the display, and I don't want to look. So I don't want to look because there's probably going to be my fat fingers on it. Ah, there it is. I can see it. You can't see it. It's better. Okay, so the compute module is in. The core. Mount the 4G antenna. Okay, I know that I saw the antenna.
I thought you didn't get the 4G.
I don't have 4G. I don't have 4G.
Yeah.
So this thing, does it have an ESP32? It does, right? So the ESP32 module is down here. I hope it's an ESP32. Oh, this is still
for the Wi-Fi?
moving. Yeah. I don't know.
I'm not sure that it is.
I see this thing.
It's 5G. Does the
No, but
ESP32 have
5G? This thing looks like a Wi-Fi module. So, okay. So there is something here. This screw is not really holding the thing down. It's still moving, and I don't want to force it because I don't want to what do you call it, snap the aluminum thing. And I don't know if this should be moving at all. I don't think so. So it's weird, right?
The video is a little bit delayed, so I'm not... right now, what I can see is you installing the MIPI connector. What is the thing that's moving?
The PCB of
the whole thing is kind of shaking around?
Yeah. Well, I mean, the thing is this. You can't...
So you can cinch it down a little bit. Alex says, don't worry, the shells will hold everything together.
No, that's I mean, that makes sense for me. I just wanna, like, I don't like the idea of having something that is like kind of like jiggling,
rattling around.
Yeah. No, it's not gonna rattle around, but I don't want to break the aluminum. So okay, I will live with it. Alex, thank you so much. Now,
and also, you know what? You're gonna have that big old blob of thermal putty on there too. That's gonna hold everything.
Sure. Yeah, 100%. So mount the battery module. Battery module here. And okay, so this one will probably pogo. Oh no, it doesn't pogo. So this one slots in. It's a beautiful connector, this one too. So this connector, it slots in. You can see it. And you will push it down. It's like a blade connector. This is extremely pretty. Okay, so I'm gonna... Okay, wait. This feels a little odd because I guess I have to push this through. Now I think there's a tiny bit of misalignment here. So what I'm gonna do, because there's like these slots are not perfectly aligned, so I'm gonna loosen this slightly and let it kind of fall together. I know that it's not the instructions, but I need these to be perfectly aligned and these to be perfectly aligned, and now they aren't. So this one, does it move a little? Okay, so I guess this is just how it goes. These things will not completely slot in. They will be touching on top. Okay, so all little blades. Once it's okay, so let me screw this one in and the opposite corner. Overall, beautiful assembly. I'm just a little, you know, obsessive compulsive on everything.
A little,
you know, right? Just a little. Okay, so I will consider this aligned, and then I will fix the 4 screws on the motherboard. Okay, now
so
you.
Alex is appreciating your opposite corner style.
Yeah.
Screw.
When I used to work on 2-strokes engines in the early 90s, yeah, that was something. No, actually, it was the late 80s. Yeah. The other day I was on YouTube. I spent most of my time there, you should know. And I bumped into this folk, like a very young guy, and he built a 4-strokes engine with 3D printed parts, so 3D printed metal, and it was insane, and it worked. So start pattern, the classic, yes, the classic. Okay, I don't have batteries, so I'm gonna have to close this without the batteries. I ordered them. I will probably get them tomorrow. The thermal pad, fine. I love thermal pads.
So one of the things about the difference between the UConsole and the dev term is the dev term has a battery slot, so you can pop batteries in and out without taking it apart. But with the UConsole, once you've put it together, the batteries are kind of in there, and so it's more like just a rechargeable device rather than one you can freely pop in batteries. Like with the dev term, I would have like 1 pair of batteries charging and 1 pair of batteries in there, and I'd swap them in there rather than waiting for the device to charge it, which was a little bit slower. But I feel like the charging is actually much better on the UConsole. I don't know if that's something I just made up, but that's the way it feels to me.
Okay, so I removed the peel from one side of the thermal pad. The stuff feels amazing. I love it. It's super sticky. It's so tempting.
Game Boy style battery covers, exactly.
Oh my god, it's
so,
amazing.
I mean, when you've got the CNC machined, I guess you can't have the Game Boy.
Okay, so let's mount the back shell. Where did I put it? Here. Okay. Oh, it already stuck because it's sticky.
I'll be interested to see how yours goes, because on the CM4 module, my putty felt a little bit thick, and I was worried about it. Like,
no, it's actually feeling amazing. It's very, you know, like it's the right
pliability.
Amount. Yeah. So
yeah, but wait. So I don't know if like the vertical stack comes out differently between the CM4 and the rock chip. But when I went to screw mine together, it was like not even close to screwing together. So I actually like, Alex says, wait.
Ah, what happened?
Suspense.
What
I think you missed the antenna. Yeah, where's the Wi-Fi antenna? You didn't put the 4G in, but you didn't put the Wi-Fi in either.
No, but there was. I only saw the instructions for the 4G antenna.
Well, you
I
didn't
didn't.
see the instruction that said in giant red letters, take off the film either, so I'm not sure you're a reliable
No, no, but
witness.
like the mount the 4G antenna. There is no
Okay.
instructions for the thing. I don't have the 4G one.
Yeah, but you
So
gotta have a Wi-Fi antenna. Where's the Wi-Fi antenna? It's a little PCB antenna that sits at the top.
yeah, but in the instructions it doesn't say.
Okay, but the guys that made the instructions are telling you that you need to do it. So.
Okay, I don't have a Wi-Fi antenna.
It's a little PCB. A little.
I
What
only
parts
have.
have you got left? What have you got?
This is all I have. There should be a Wi-Fi antenna in the package. Yeah, I get it, but I don't have it.
Here, zoom out and let me see. Let me see what you got. I'm reminded that the video is like delayed 10 seconds, so I can't see whatever you're showing for a
Yeah.
little while.
So this is all I have.
So that's the daughter board, the sound module.
Yeah.
Well, if we could rewind it to go back and see, I swear I remember seeing the PCB end. Look, it's right. Oh, is that just the blanks?
Yeah.
So there should be a little PCB antenna that goes along the top of the case. Just double check the packaging. It's a very light little thing.
I literally have everything
But
here.
before you put the back on, you need that sound module. You need the speakers and
Yeah. So the problem is that in the instructions,
well,
there are
maybe it's not gonna.
pages.
Yeah, maybe we just didn't get to that yet.
Because look, so I have the backing, I have the board, mount. I have all the pages doubled. So I'm trying to figure out, do I have something missing? I think I have pages missing from here. It says mount the
Oh, that's
4G
interesting.
antenna twice. Then it says the module.
Can you
Then it
just
says
try
the battery.
try downloading the PDF and just viewing it normally?
I'm gonna
instead of in
download the
this little
PDF.
GitHub thing?
Yeah. I'm gonna go.
I think
I'm
it's
gonna
this
go
GitHub thing because I don't think the real instructions have that
True.
issue. So I bet every other page that was a duplicate was probably some other instructions that you needed.
Very likely. Very likely. So yeah, this sucks. I trusted GitHub. Okay, so
as you
these ones
say.
are fine. Mount the main board. Mount the main board. 1, 2, 3. Mount the core. The Wi-Fi antenna. I do not have a Wi-Fi antenna.
Check the packaging.
I have the package here.
Okay.
There is
Um,
no Wi-Fi
we're sti-
antenna.
We're still looking at the GitHub instructions as far as I know. Is there a way you can switch to the PDF?
Oh yeah, sorry.
And again, it might just be that my video is delayed.
Yeah, like because you're watching on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
So we should find a way to share more stuff. Like,
But hang on a second. So, for example, you want to blank off that side panel.
no, but look, this is stuff that was missing in the.
So Alex says it's part G and F.
Yeah, no, I don't have it.
Grab
I
the
found it!
paper
I
one.
found it! I found it!
Ha ha ha. Grab
It
the paper
fell-
instructions.
It fell on the side.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So the core is mounted. Mount the Wi-Fi antenna. Okay, I'm so happy. So okay, now sorry everyone. Like RTFM didn't go as planned.
But look at the paper one, because the paper one is what I used, and I had no problems.
Yeah, I'm looking at the. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I prefer digital. I'm sorry.
That's fine. I'm just saying, if you want to actually know the information that's in the paper.
Yeah. Okay, so now I can mount the antenna, and the antenna goes on top, I guess.
Yeah, you can put it along that top part because it's got a, the whole thing's CNC'd, so it needs to breathe.
So do I have to put it before the batteries? I think so. That right? Okay, it doesn't matter. So I have to come in from this hole here.
Alex says you're making him nervous.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. Like, because I trusted the GitHub viewer of PDFs.
That was your mistake. You should have trusted Clockwork and us, and not GitHub.
I know, but yeah, I couldn't explain it. All right, so pretty. Okay. So let's mount the antenna. The protective layer is the white one. So I'm going to remove this. What I love, so this is something that not everybody does, like the cut to easily remove the sticker peel. You know, sometimes you have to just go with whatever fingernails you have. Right? They did it right. So I'm going to try not to put my fingers on this too much. It's a really nice antenna.
So I don't think it matters, but did you put it through the right hole?
Yeah, I did. The first one. So
in the picture, it shows it the hole that's furthest away from the button. I thought you did. Oh, because you're backwards. Got it. You're upside down.
Yeah.
I see.
Okay, so.
Oh, that's right. It's a sticker antenna. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a sticker antenna, but I'm having a hard time.
And it has to be outside the case, because the case is a Faraday cage.
Yeah, and the cable is very rigid.
Not that it matters, but you're out of shot right now. We can't really see what's going on, but obviously the most important thing is
I will come back to that. I'm coming back actually also in focus. Okay. So this. Okay. These cables, like they're the cable connectors, the antenna connectors, they're like very rigid. So it's very easy to see what I'm doing now. Should focus, please focus. Okay. So the sticker, I want to lift it so that I can adjust it. And it's not, you know, all mangled. So okay.
Yeah, it's the 4G antenna is the one that I was thinking of. That's more of a rigid PCB. It's still self-adhesive, but it's not as floppy as the Wi-Fi one.
Okay, so the Wi-Fi antenna is stuck to the case. Now I need to connect the UFL connector. So how does it go? It goes around here, and then it needs to clip into this. So we're gonna go to the side. The length is remarkably exact. So I am, you know, I'm coming through this. This is the UFL. I'm gonna zoom it in and show you better.
So mine was the CM4, so it actually connected to the Raspberry Pi itself, not the motherboard on mine. So
this is the UFL, and it's perfect length. So the UFL connectors, they always scare me a little. So you have to align them really well. And once they're aligned, you just click them in.
And they require a lot of pressure, and if you get it wrong, then you just crush the...
Yeah, I know, because I worked on like years ago, I worked on a RFM 69 Shield, and I also worked on some 2.4 gigahertz stuff, and I had to install these UFLs in my lab, many of them. So okay, so this one is perfectly clicked. The antenna is set. We can go on with the instructions. For non-CM color, please connect. Okay. Speakers. It's nice to have all the pages of the PDF now. Stupid GitHub, really. You know, are people still following? I can't see the chat, so
yeah.
Okay. Oh, Enrico is here. Enrico is a friend of mine here in Amsterdam. He's an extremely talented engineer and maker. He made a whole synth with the Commodore 64 many years ago.
Oh,
So it's if you want to follow him on Instagram, he's not been very active lately, but he's risotto allo zenzero. Uh, Enrico, feel free to drop your Instagram name handle in there. Okay, so let me go back to the PDF. The two speakers, they go in some direction.
so
What's the direction?
I don't think the direction matters. Which the speakers really freak me out when I install them because they're just press fit and there's no directionality, and I like couldn't
Well,
believe that that was
there
true.
is.
But
There actually is, I think, because oh no, they're like, oh, this is so clever.
yeah, isn't it? This freaked me
Like,
out.
Alex, I really, really need to congratulate with the hardware, like the PCB designers. So this is the thing. Usually, you have this speaker they press against the PCB. I used these speakers in the past in a project, and you have to align them. But they designed the PCB to have the alignment. Oops, to have the alignment, crossed so that it doesn't matter which way you orient them. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna do something nice. We're gonna find out our most favorite orientation. So this is how the PCB goes, and it goes in here. This is what is it? What is this called? This connector? Is it like a mini PCI or something? What do you call this, David?
Between the daughter board and the
And the
main.
audio, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if that
I think
is it
it's
an
mini
official one or is
PC.
it looks like what you'd get on a the PCIe like on a
Yeah.
NVM2 SSD. I don't know if it really is specifically that standard, but yeah, it looks like that size. Um, and yeah, I just wanted to say hi to Chipper Doodles. I wasn't sure if that was you because your YouTube name was different. I guess Chip Scribbles might be the same, but and
Okay.
Chipper
So
Doodles had the answer. Looks like a M.2. Yeah, that's the word we're looking for.
I just removed the peel because there is a tiny transparent double-sided tape here. So
Along
this
the
is how we're
PCB.
gonna. No, no, on the under the speakers.
Oh, sorry, my video is
Yeah.
delayed.
It's okay for next time. You're gonna have to access the
Yeah,
real
the
like a
raw.
preview stream
Yeah.
of sort. Okay, so this one is now in. Beautiful. Let's peel this one off. Look at the care. I mean, there is even a lip that you can use to remove the stickers. I am
Yeah.
amazed, I swear. This is one of the most pretty assembly
It's such a
experiences of my life.
it's just such a clever solution. It's just you stick the sticker in
Shit.
there and it lines up magically with the PCB on the other side and you really can't get it
Okay,
wrong.
so I have I
Um,
have a message for Clockwork Pi. Whatever you design, never offer to send me anything for free. Let me give you my money, please. Let me give you my money because you deserve it, and I want to buy these things. If I don't have the money, I'm not gonna buy it. So I wonder where I can populate on this. Alex, let us know if you can.
so
I want to.
Alex says you can make your own external board that does whatever
Yeah.
you want basically with that connector.
No, but I want to here I can install a speaker. Sorry, connector. I actually have these SMD jacks, 3.5
Hmm.
millimeters jacks. So this is probably a whole what do you call it? DAC. So this is like a proper soundboard.
Yeah.
But because the audio is already on the A06, you don't use this, I guess. But I can still populate it. I could reflow it if they give me the specs. Anyway, look at this. Like I can make
Oh,
my own.
is it just the 4G board but unpopulated?
No, but there is more.
Yeah, but I'm saying, is it just
there
missing
is
the
more.
4G pop? Yeah, but is the difference between the 4G and the non-4G that the 4G one is populated and that one's not?
Oh, so this would be the 4G and
Yeah,
the
that's why
audio.
you get the. They just
Okay.
did the audio part and they didn't bother with the stuff that's 4G because you can
This
get
is
4G.
probably the uh, the pads for the 4G module.
Yeah, yeah, because it's going to use the
Yeah.
SoC's
Amazing.
audio
And an
subsystem.
SD card. Oh no, the SIM. This is for the SIM.
Yep.
Of course.
Yeah, so that's what it is. It's an unpopulated 4G. That's really funny
It's
and
amazing.
logical.
I might actually at some point just put random stuff here.
Alex says that's
Beautiful.
correct. Yeah.
Correct. Okay, this is amazing. So we have put the speakers. We jumped ahead. This is the external module. Fine. I'm gonna. Oh yeah, of course. Well, I'm gonna use the one. So this is the thing. It tells me to use the one with the hole, but the one with the hole is only used if you have a jack here.
Oh, yours doesn't have a headphone jack if you don't have the. Oh, because you've still got a headphone jack, but you've got yeah. This is the 4G headphone jack. That's right. Yeah, so you can just use the blank.
Yeah, so I have the audio on the module, but here
Because
I'm gonna install the blank.
There's a headphone jack on the other side where the USB is. So that's
Yeah.
a secondary headphone jack. That's right.
Wow, incredible. Okay, so I'm gonna like push this one in. It's beautifully aligned. Gosh, the care. Please, everyone, start designing this way. Don't, I don't know, like, yeah. Anyway,
Did you lose your power button? What is that?
what power? I have two power buttons.
I saw a clear thing on your bench. I wasn't sure if that was your power button.
No, there's no clear thing. So the power button is here.
Yeah, I see it.
Everything's
It's probably the tweezers. It's probably the little thing for your tweezers.
Could be. All right, so we have this, and 1 and 2. Just so you know, because I also wanted to show, like, I made this thing. I stuck the two, the two micro SDs to have them ready for the boot. So I guess the version that came on this really pretty white one is much older than the one that I just downloaded. So I'm gonna go with the one I downloaded.
It's been sitting on your bench for 6 months.
4G antenna, battery module is already mounted. Fine, I don't have the batteries, thermal pad, and the backing. So now we can really put the back in.
I was just looking on their GitHub. Apparently, there's 2 different flavors of the OS.
Yeah, there's a community.
The CM4, there's well, no, I mean there's tons of different OSs, but within the CM4 official releases, there's the standard release, and then there's an immersive writing release, which comes with Obsidian and an XFCE based UI, which I thought was really interesting. I don't know which one you got.
No, I downloaded the main one. I didn't go for the community one. So let me show you. I used where is it? So this, and I'm gonna go here. I downloaded the AO6, so because I don't have the CM4. This
you don't
is the
have
only
the
one that
choices.
I have.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So let's go back to this. Fantastic. By the way, I'm not really looking forward to going back home because here it's freezing temperatures and I'm riding a motorcycle, as you know. So when I came here, it was still light outside, but now in the dark, Okay. So can you please focus, camera? Why do you decide to focus there? Okay, cool. So more. I'm actually screwing this in. I think at this point we can zoom back out a little. And I've also cleaned my assembly pad before this. Like this studio looked like trash before. Now all the trash is behind the camera. It's not here. It's behind the camera. My God, I can't look at this. It's driving me insane. Oh, please, please. Okay, it's better. All right. So what now? The pretty thingy here. Okay, this is.
Now I'm curious. What is your tension like with the thermal pad? Does it feel pretty good?
Which kind of tension?
Well, when I tried to screw my back on with the thermal pad, there was about 3 millimeters of, like I would have had
No,
to
no, no.
really...
It fit right in.
Okay.
Nicely.
On
Just yeah. I'm actually wondering if the.
I had to squish it down on the CM4 to get it to fit.
No, I didn't have to. So I hope that it's actually... Well, when I mistakenly closed this, it felt sticky when I removed it, so I think that's the right...
Oh, yeah, it's still sticky, but it's also viscous, so it'll form itself to the...
No, but actually, if you see, like, there is a bit of pushing backwards.
Yeah, well, that's what I experienced, but it was like 2 or 3 millimeters, which made me nervous, but...
No. It's a tenth of a millimeter. You know, it's perfect. Okay, so let's see, because we have some questions here. Same one they use in the micro mods. Yeah, micro mods is a pretty system actually. You can use this port as you wish without the flip. Correct. The pressure holds the core. Okay, cool. So now let's put this thing in, and I guess it's just flexing it. No. Do I have to screw it? I think I have to screw it, right?
You have to screw which?
Yeah. Oh, but there's
which you're talking
also
about?
this. Like you can't see it, but the
describe it.
The metal clip.
Oh yeah, you screw it in. Yeah, it clips on, but you screw it in as well, because otherwise it'll fall off.
Yeah, I thought it was clipping
pressure. Yeah, it's both.
Yeah, clip. Yeah, this is really nice.
Yeah.
Okay. So how's
Enrico
the typing?
says, "How's the typing?" Which we'll get to that soon, hopefully.
In a minute.
I can answer that question though, because as I mentioned, I've been using it on all kinds of flights all over the world, and it's actually really good. Because what I like about it is, unlike a laptop, which you'd like put on your tray table in the airplane and then type like this, it is designed to hold like a Game Boy or whatever, which is actually way nicer when you're in a cramped little airplane seat. At least the kind that I go in. Obviously, Ubi just goes first class, so he doesn't know what I'm talking about. But it's really nice to type on with your thumbs, which is my primary input for this thing, and works fine for me. So again, I think Alex might have some other information about the keyboard if he wants to share that. But I think it's good the way it is.
Okay, this hole, the one that holds the clip, the screw that holds the clip, the aluminium is a bit too tight, so it's
it feels like you're tapping it. Yeah, that's what it felt like for me.
Exactly.
When I got mine, I wasn't sure. I did the same thing as you. I was like, is this just pressure fit on here, and I don't need to screw it on? And then it kept falling off, and I was like, no, you must have to screw it in. But when you did it, it felt like it was like tapping as you go.
Yeah, like some aluminum came off, so I'm trying to screw it in like I'm like a tapping kind of way, but I don't want any aluminum to fall back inside. So what I will do, I'm gonna show this.
So that fifth screw that you have there in the middle, I didn't screw that one in. Check out this modification. I don't know if you can see in my tiny little display here, but I customized mine.
I can switch to you. I can switch to you.
It's not urgent, but I customized mine with a little hand strap. I love all of my devices to have this, just because I'm paranoid, and this is from a Nintendo 3DS. And so I put this through there so that if I drop it, it won't.
Yeah, that's clever. That's clever.
So I have that instead of the screw.
All right, so I can show you this. So there is some aluminum that is like comes onto the screw. So I'm gonna clean it up. I don't want it to I don't want it to fall into the electronics. So
Alex
see
says,
there.
yeah, the keyboard is optimized for thumb typing, which is my experience. And I was typing on it for 10 hours or something on the way to on the way to wherever I was on the way to Shenzhen, and I did feel some fatigue after a while, but it's pretty nice.
Okay, this screw, it's the only thing that I'm not really happy about, because now I have the feeling that some shaving came off, but maybe I'm just being paranoid. So this flips nicely, flips back in. It's perfect. So everything about this device is perfect. Like
Chippy
the
Doodle says you could
industrial.
put Chippy Doodle
Yeah.
says you could put little phone charms on there, which I love. I miss. You used to be able to decorate your phone with your little personality and stuff like that. You can't do that anymore. There's boring slabs, and even after that, you could still decorate it by jamming something into the unused 3.5 millimeter jack. They used to make charms that would go in there, so you can definitely do that with this as well.
David, I have never done that in my life, and I don't
That's
think
because you're
I'm gonna
boring.
start. Not boring. I'm a minimalist.
So am I. Look at my background.
I'm a, yeah. I'm a minimalist. Look at the back of my skin. You can't see the back of my skin. I moved into the studio 3 years ago, and I still have to clean it up properly. It's clean.
We can see.
But it's
We can see it. A 3D printer and something else that looks like a fax machine is all that's in the background.
it's a real printer.
It's
a
real
paper
printer.
printer. Okay, so we're here.
Countless things.
We mounted the stand, and now is the time to put the memory card in. So I'm gonna use my memory card. So David, not David, sorry. This is
Alex?
Yeah, this is like Alex. Yeah, this is butchered from a Raspberry Pi that was doing Wi-Fi bridging, but it was the best SD that I had. Alex, can you, like, I have this curiosity, and I think David also shares it a little. Is the name of this thing micro console?
Oh yeah. Is it UConsole, micro console, or mu console, or there's many different ways it could go. I just call UConsole because it's the easiest to say. I forget to say micro console or mu console. It's just too hard to remember, even if that is the right name.
Okay, so this is the way you snap this thing in. I'm going to just do this, and no, is it?
Alex says no help. He says it works both ways, which doesn't. We want a definitive canonical answer, and he just says you can do whatever you want.
Works both way, micro console. For me, it's always going to be micro console. Okay, so I'm going to put the latest release, I guess. Okay, this is not doing.
Have you got a USB-C power supply handy for the next bit?
I do.
Excellent, of course.
I do have one.
Have you got a micro HDMI cable handy?
No, why? I want to use the
just
display.
in case you want to do an external video.
No, I want to do internal video. So.
Oh, Alex says it's a console for you, like the Wii U, but it's also micro, so it works in all the different ways.
Ah, these kids are clever. Okay, so micro SD power key. So this is the moment of truth, right? So I have with me a pretty USB-C cable. Okay, so now we're gonna figure out if the lack of batteries is gonna interfere with whatever we're trying to do. So memory card is in.
You're gonna want to read the instructions that say make sure the micro SD is the right way out.
The what?
Again, my video feed is delayed, so for me, you still had the micro SD card upside down. It's fine.
No. I put it in properly.
Okay.
So it clicked in, and the micro SD won't click in.
Oh no, but again, my feed is delayed.
Okay, so let's plug this in. Moment of truth. Should I just push the on-off button? Should I hold it? You tell me.
You have to hold it down for about 3 or 4 seconds and nothing will happen on the display and you'll think it's not working. But if you look at the top, you should be able to see that that LED is lit.
No LED.
Is that just give it like 5 or 6 seconds. It's a surprisingly long time for it to boot, so that you think it's not working, you think it's not working, you think it's not. Oh, and then the screen comes up. Although it might just be not coming on in your case.
Okay. Did I plug in the power supply? I did. Oh, but no, my. Oh. For whatever reason, this power brick didn't.
As I said, you have something else USB-C that you can test to see if it's working at all.
Yeah, I have a billion USB-C things. I just gotta find. I had one here, and I wanted to use that particular one, but it's not gonna happen. So let me just plug it into something USB-C. It's fantastic when you need something and there isn't. Okay, here. Hold on. Yeah, it's way more complicated than I was expecting it to be right now, or that I wanted it to be. So,
whatever you've got it plugged into, hopefully it's at least 2 amps.
Yeah, oh no, I have it. Okay, cool. I have the one that I use for the soldering iron. So it negotiates the right amount of power. So, are we gonna kill it? I hope not. Okay, so that thing should work. Let's hold this button. 2,
and
3,
again, it takes a while to boot, so don't
5,
worry too much.
6, 7. Okay, now the light is green. I can see the light green inside. Okay, so we are getting somewhere, I guess. This is the first boot. In the first boot, in theory, it should expand the file system.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so you can't really see it. Oh, this is so pretty. Is it doing it? A start job is running for Armbian. Okay, so let's point to this. There's a lot of moire, isn't it? I don't like it. Why can't I see it sharp? I'd love to see it really sharp, but not gonna.
When you say sharp, are you talking about in real life or on the stream?
The text, no, on the camera. The camera is like in real life it looks crisp.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful.
Yeah.
So
Good.
now it's restarting, I guess.
Yeah, probably just did the.
Okay, anything with uname kinda devolves to that since no one.
Yeah, so Chippy says, I love the idea of these little consoles as a tool to plug into various serial ports and stuff for on-the-go diagnosing. That's exactly what I've been using mine for is, you know, I don't use it as like my daily computer. I use it as a little thing that can fit in lots of places and I can just hack on random little things. So I actually have mine connected to the thing that I was doing on the airplane is I was playing with Tomus and Fomus and stuff and little USB toys. Because it's perfect for flashing little things. I have the Arduino CLI on there and stuff, and it's perfect for those little things. So we got a boot.
Yeah, but the OK button, I'm using the mouse. The mouse moves nicely, but I cannot click the OK button, so I don't know if it's missing something. It's not touch, right? It's not a touch.
No, it's not touch. It's not touch. Can you hit the X in the corner?
So.
Oh, you're not using the right button. You need to use the left-right button. Alex pointed it
What?
out. You're not hitting OK. You need to hit,
Yeah,
like,
I'm
think
using
of
the
it like a
cursor,
mouse.
so I.
Yeah, but now hit the mouse button on your left.
Which, like the L and R?
The LR. That's how those are the mouse buttons. So you got to pick it up like a Game Boy, and then it'll make sense.
Oh, now I get
Yeah,
it. So
yeah.
the trackpad doesn't have a click.
Oh yeah, I guess it doesn't on this one. It does on the dev term, doesn't it? Oh, I guess you don't know, but the one on the dev term has a click, but I guess this one doesn't have a click. I never thought about that. It's just the LR is so intuitive that I never.
Okay. Wow. Okay, so this thing is actually working.
Hey,
I'm gonna go to settings.
could you spotlight me real quick, Ubi? Because I want to show Alex something
Yeah,
that just
sure.
happened with my device. So
Da-da.
I'd mentioned this before, but I had a weird issue with my display, and I hope it's gonna be visible here. But I've had my UConsole on powered on this whole time, and when I booted it up, it was fine, and this whole time it's been fine. But then it fell asleep, and when it came back on, it's got this weird ring around it, around the screen here, and I'll take a picture and send it to you later as well. But um, yeah, I don't know what is causing this this ring to only appear sometimes. I don't think it's a fitment issue or pressure on the screen or anything like that, because most of the time it's perfect, and then just sometimes I get this weird little halo around the screen. So since it was there, I just wanted a chance to show it to you in real time, Alex. But I'll take a picture and send it to you. Yeah, if it goes away, it goes away after it's exactly, it burns off, and usually, and I can't figure out what the pattern is, because it wasn't like that when I booted it, and it wasn't like that for the past hour and a half or whatever we've been going, and then suddenly I picked it up and it was like that again. So I just wanted to capture it while I was experiencing it. I'll send you a picture.
In the meantime, I have put in the settings for the network. Should be connected now. I am connected to my 5G network, I guess. Okay, so let's go to applications. Authentication required. The pattern. Oh. I don't remember if I have the right password, to be honest. I haven't put the password in this thing in a while. Okay, so I'm gonna try internet. No. Chromium browser. I guess it must take a little to come up. No, it's not. It's not going here. So, which one is my Wi-Fi password? Oh, can it join 5G networks, or does it need 2.4?
5 gigahertz. Yeah, it's Wi-Fi 5, so
Okay,
it's pretty modern.
Okay, so
Alex says it looks like the issue that I'm experiencing on my screen is static, which is interesting.
Okay. Let me see if I'm able to I'm gonna try and
Alex has confirmed 2.4 or 5 gigahertz is fine.
okay, so the password here is my cat's name, so it's fine. Emilio Gatto. I think it's this. I think I changed it at some point at home because someone had hacked into my network.
Oh, someone's gonna hack into it again after this live stream, but
yeah, but in my studio, so they have to find my studio first. Okay, so .com, enter. No internet. I think I may have a problem with my 5G network. That's very possible.
Well, there's a lot of stuff you can do without the internet. It comes with a ton of stuff pre-installed, actually, is one of the cool things about it.
but I really wanted to see if I was able to bring this thing online.
Yeah.
Okay, let's try again. I have a 2.4 gigahertz network here as well. That one tends to work. So
Yeah, the 5 gigahertz should work. I don't know.
no, but it's my 5
Might
gigahertz
just be your
network.
password.
I had issues already last week. Yeah, site can be reached. My clock is behind, but I am connected to the Wi-Fi. Oh, update date and time. Of course, it's TSL. So
Oh, yeah.
okay.
Alex is asking if you selected the correct region.
I didn't do anything there. So like, yeah, that's also problematic sometimes on the Raspberry Pis. So
Just go to
accessibility.
ishotjr.com without any HTTPS, and then you can see it working.
Really?
I don't think ishotjr.com forces HTTPS. So if you just type in http://ishotjr.com, I think it'll work.
Yeah.
Nice.
Cool. No, I had to change everything to HTTPS for my servers. That's super annoying. I love the idea.
I use mine for a lot of retro stuff, so I try and not if I can avoid it.
Yeah. Okay,
And let
cool.
people choose.
All right, this is amazing.
You should demonstrate some of the other built-in stuff though, because obviously you can go online and all that stuff. But there's a bunch of fun. This thing has the up, down, left, right, BA, XY buttons, which makes it really good as a little portable gaming system too. So if you look under the menu, there should be a bunch of really
Games.
great emulators and stuff under there.
DOSBox. Love. MAME.
I think I
Mind.
told you the DOS. So I installed DOSBox X on there, and I installed Windows 3.1 while I was flying to Italy or something.
That's amazing. But we're hitting 10 p.m. in a minute, so
Wow.
I would say let's see if there are some questions. Oh my God, this is amazing. Okay, congratulations, Clockwork Pi people, because this thing is a beauty, and I really hope that the next batch sells out again. So back to these two nerds who have been keeping you company, to maybe 5 people. I don't know how many. How many have we had?
We had a peak of 12 at one point. We're at 9 right now.
Really? That's amazing. I think eventually people will find this and hate us, but fine. I don't care. Maybe they don't. So we have nine people watching us. No, thank you, Alex, for being with us, because this, you were really a precious guest for us. Everyone is precious, but having the maker of the device here, it's amazing.
Yeah,
So
thank you, Alex. It's great.
I don't know, like I'm traveling next week, so David knows I'm gonna be teaching for a couple of weeks. I'm also gonna show mine because I saw David.
I was gonna say put your UConsole up, and I just wanted to show like the way that I use mine. Like this is proper VS Codium on here. I've got like a Markdown document that I'm writing and previewing, and it's all very very capable. And but anyway, back to the live stream future discussion, I guess.
Yeah, let's see. The cable is too short. I'm sorry, but like the device is amazing. So I'll be traveling for 2 weeks teaching, ruining students, teaching them MicroPython and stuff like that. It would be nice. My plan is, now that I have the whole setup, I'm also going to do some streaming on MicroPython, because I'm totally involved in the MicroPython scene. Been already a couple of years. And I want to share my findings. I'm coming up with tools and utilities for MicroPython, heads. So yeah, this thing is in no way endorsed by Arduino. As you can see, I haven't mentioned Arduino once. but I work there, and I will be, of course, I have lots of Arduino hardware, my favorite ones, and I'm gonna use it, in the future. And I plan on using the Arduino CLI on this on the micro console. So
I have it
that's,
installed on there. It works great. I've been using it to flash stuff. It's really great.
yeah. The Arduino CLI is my favorite product that I worked on in the past few years. I mean,
I
like,
realized
yeah,
I
no,
realized this morning. Sorry, I was just saying. I realized this morning I have the Arduino CLI on there. I don't have the Arduino IDE on there. I realized this morning. I was like, oh, I should put it on there before the stream, but I forgot.
actually, we do not build the IDE 2 for ARM Linux, so
But
not for the
CM4,
Raspberry, not for the
oh no.
Raspberry Pi. So that's the thing.
Well, that was my
So,
excuse. That's
yeah.
my excuse.
Yeah, no, CLI is amazing. It's
great.
fantastic. It allows it. I put a lot of brain into that thing, and of course I'm a troublemaker in the team. I basically make them work really hard on things that I love. So anyway, it's been fantastic doing this, David. I mean, you and I will talk anyway while I'm in Switzerland, and maybe we do this again. So I'm gonna hit the stop streaming button, and I'm going to first switch to the other screen, which is the faces screen. So thanks everyone for being here. It's been a pleasure. Thank you.
Thanks for
Ciao.
Ciao, mama.